Okay, we are live.
Woo.
So, hi Sophia Summers. Nice to see you today. Nice that you're here.
Nice to meet you.
Woo.
I'm so happy.
Woo. And me too. Thank you for being here in this little show. I don't know. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy we finally got to connect after the past few weeks.
Oh, okay. The first question I always ask is like, which pronouns do you want me to use for you?
Oh, thank you for asking. She, her.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's great. So we already have 10 people watching. Woo! So, do you maybe want to
Woo.
start
Hey
with
guys.
introducing yourself? Like, tell about you. Who are you? Where are you from? How old are you?
Yeah,
Anything
definitely.
you want.
So, I'm Sapphire. I'm from San Diego. Excuse me. I'm 27 years old. Lived in California my whole life. Started doing like Bimbofication about a couple years ago. Um, always wanted to be done up. My whole OnlyFans came about, and then I decided to do that like a year and a half ago, just as a way to fund my surgeries, and now I'm doing it full time. Before I did OnlyFans, I worked at a dispensary, so I was like selling weed, and then now I dance and I do OnlyFans full time, and that's just a little bit about me.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. There's some points
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk also later. I have many questions for you. I have so many questions, and the first questions I would like to know, and it's a bimbo question, like, what surgeries did you already have?
Okay. So I get filler. I get filler as often as they let me. It's kind of annoying because my lips get really like they hold the filler like for a while, like they get hard. So they don't let me get it as often as I'd like to. For a while, I was getting it once a month, and now I get it like once every 3 months ish. So I have filler, and then I did a breast augmentation when I was like 24. I thought it would be big enough. It was like a double D implant, and it just didn't look like anything on my body. So last year, a donor reached out to me and offered to get me these. So I got these funded on OnlyFans. They're 1,300 cc's. I love them, but I'm still not quite happy. So I'm going in for surgery again in March to get I'm basically gonna, I know I'm so excited. Um, but I'm basically going to tell them just to go as big as they can go. So I don't know what my next size is gonna be. I'm hoping they can double it. Um, and then they're gonna put in what's called a bilateral mesh, which basically it's like a little piece of mesh this big, and it like slings your boobs together. It like hoists them together. So I'm getting that done in March, and then on Friday I'm getting a BBL.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
I'm super excited for that.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's super cool. A Brazilian butt lift is
Mm-hmm.
such a cool surgery. I mean, I had my
Yeah.
Brazilian butt lift this year in May, and I mean, I gained weight since
Mm-hmm.
that.
Your results are really good.
Thank you. I'm really, really
Mm-hmm.
happy about it. And the cool thing is, like, I gained weight, but my belly is slim, is still super, super slim because I don't have any fat cells there anymore. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
only
that's what's so cool about it.
and the only part that gets bigger when you're gaining weight is like the booty and the boobs. It's so disgusting. I wish you a lot of luck for your surgery.
Thank you. I'm really nervous about the recovery because now it's coming up, and I watched your BBL video, and then I watched a couple other girls, and some girls were saying it was like super painful. So now I'm getting a little bit nervous. I probably shouldn't have looked up BBL videos, but oh well.
Oh, you have to think about the happy things. It really
Yeah,
helps you. I
exactly.
mean, I don't want to scare you. It was painful, but I've seen
I'm
also
sure
some
it is.
girls who walked on the floor in the clinic who walked like nothing happened. So it's from person to person
Oh
different.
wow.
Some people, for
Yeah,
me,
everyone's
mhm.
different.
Yeah, for me it was like the breast surgery. It was super easy. I had like 2 days. I was a little bit tired and
Hmm.
felt like I had trained too hard. But 3 days after, I was in the city and stapled bubble tea on them, so like nothing happened. But my best friend, she had so much pain after the boob job. She was like, she
Yeah,
hadn't done anything for 2 weeks. So it's everyone is different, and everyone is like
totally.
different with pain. But I wish you a lot of luck. I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
And let's talk about your boobs you want to get in March. You will get silicone
Mm.
or saline?
They're going to be saline implants. what's called a saline overfill, which are what these are too. So basically what they do is when you're open, when your chest is open on the operating table, they like inject it with more saline as your basically as the amount you want. So my doctor just asked for a picture to show him, and he'll just keep injecting the saline in the implant until it gets to the desired look, and then he'll just take the needle out and stitch you back together.
That's so
So
cool. Will you get the
yeah.
expanders you can fill up after that even more, or will you just have one fill up during surgery?
I considered expanders, but I just don't know if I want to keep growing. I wanted these to be my last pair, to be honest, but I just like if they're not in the bra, they're just not like front and center how I'd like them to be. So I the only reason why I'm going bigger is because I just want them to be like front and center at all times. So I'm hoping that this is the last surgery, which is why I'm telling the doctor just to go as big as he can possibly go, because I don't want to. Surgery actually grosses me out a lot. Like I'm a big baby when it comes to procedures, even when I get my lips filled. Like, so I'm hoping this will be my last boob surgery and that I'll get the desired outcome.
I'm sorry for I just have to check something with the sound because some people say that the sound is not perfect. Is it better now? I just read the chat. I'm sorry. Is it now better with the sound? Can you hear us now clearer? But congratulations to your implants. I know what you mean with like
Thank you.
having so much. That's my third breast surgery I will get in 3 weeks, and I'm like I'm just 20, so that's like the first thing. I'm so I don't know with the scars. That's the problem because I have a very
Yeah.
bad healing with the scars. I mean, even I do
Mhm.
sunscreen and scar protection and everything. The scars stays dark. So it takes a lot of time for me
Yeah.
to get some light. And so I don't want to have so much boob scars here because it's always
Totally.
when I have
Yeah.
shootings, for example, they always cover the scars up super super thick and try their best to figure it out that they don't look that bad. And
Hmm.
it's still hard to hear you, Jesse. Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Just have I'm so bad.
Oh, it's totally fine.
I'm not so good with technique. That's the problem. That's the big problem. Um, okay. Is it now better? I just changed something again. I hope it works now. There's microphone on the screen and then make it to 100%. I hope now it works. We'll find out. But yeah, congratulations to your new job. I'm sorry, it's
Thank
your
you.
interview, but I just wanted to mention I had my consultation, my final consultation today, and then I said to the doctor like, which bra should I use after the surgery? And he was like, I don't
Uh,
think there's a bra after the surgery that fits for you. So I don't have.
harder. You get hard to find when you get a certain CC size. I heard Honey Burdette does like XL implant sizes.
Oh, okay. So he said to me, I don't
Um.
need a bra after the surgery. He will tape everything,
Okay.
and I will get a belt over here, so everything is fits
Mm.
together. But
Oh, you're getting the surgical
yeah,
bra.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's oh, okay. The sound is better. But it was so funny when he said like
Yay.
there will be no bra for you. We won't find anything. But we shouldn't stop talking about my expanders. We should talk about.
Oh no, it's exciting. I'm excited for you.
Oh, thank you. What surgeries are you planning for the future, or which injections or anything? So I mean,
So after this, I'm probably going to take a year off because I want to do shoots. I have a few things in the works right now. I have an agency that reached out to me, and then I have a couple of things that I'm trying to work out with people as far as like shoots and things like that. So everything's kind of up in the air. And then I also want to be able to, because I was dancing in Vegas all summer at a Spearmint Rhino to fund my butt. So I'm gonna go back to Vegas and keep dancing so I can save up some more money for my procedures in the future. But I think I'm going to take a year off besides just getting like my filler and Botox and stuff. But after that, I want a bunch of face work done. So I want like the fox eye surgery. I want a facelift. I want lip implants, and I want a nose job. So those are all next on my list. And then we'll see where I get with my BBL. I hear that it takes a couple BBLs for some girls to get the results they want. I purposely tried to gain I gained 35 pounds for this BBL. So I tried to gain as much weight as I possibly could to get the most dramatic result I could. But if I don't get the results I want in this BBL, then I'll get another one. And then hopefully this is my last boob job, but we'll see on that too.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I'm also thinking about a nose job, but it's it's so hard to find a good doctor, I think. Every time I'm finding a good
Yeah.
doctor, I Google the name and see really bad reviews, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to go
Aw.
there.
It's hard. Well, with the plastic surgery doctors too, because like I feel like some people want a natural result with their cosmetic procedures, and that's fine. Like they just want to tweak themselves a little bit. But like with me personally, like I want dramatic results, and it's kind of hard to find doctors that want to cater to that. A lot of doctors just want to do things their way or make you look kind of natural still.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's a big problem. It's super hard to find doctors for extraordinary things, and the most annoying thing I think is like on TikTok, for example. So I'm active on TikTok, and I really love it.
mm,
But
mm,
there, that's a different to, for example, Instagram or Twitter or anything, where I am in a gamification
yeah,
bubble. On TikTok, there are random people, and they have never had anything to do with the gamification bubble, and then they write like, "Oh my
yeah.
God, your lips look like destroyed. You look so ugly with your big lips, and your boobs they are
I
too
know, and it's
big."
so ridiculous. It is. I saw it when I saw you were hooked on the look too, and I saw like on Instagram people were commenting like, "Oh, she looks so bad," and I'm like, "How?" Like I don't. I think you look good. I think everything you got done is just right. But to some people we're considered extreme. Like I get DMs sometimes where it's like, "Oh my God, like your boobs like this or that. You don't even look like the same person." And it's like, well, first of all, that's the point. It's to not look like the same person. But second of all, like I don't know. It's so funny how when you like do something as simple as get a cosmetic procedure like for yourself, people for some reason get like offended and it has nothing to do with them. And I don't, yeah, it's just really bizarre.
Yeah,
People seem to not like plastic surgery.
yeah, it's super annoying. I mean, it's a little bit not
Yeah.
for the interview, but I had a problem. I had gel nails, very long gel nails, like,
Mm,
and I mean not very
yeah.
long, but long for like normal people. They've been like that,
Yeah.
and then I wanted to push up my bed, and it fell down and ripped off my nail, my natural nail, from
That
the
happened to me
fingering.
before.
It was
Yeah.
terrible, and I thought like,
It's
oh,
painful. It's painful.
yeah, in the first 30 minutes, I've been like just breathing, and I thought I will fall down. And 2 days after,
Mm,
my finger was like swollen, double the size, and I had to go to the
yeah.
hospital. And the first
The
thing,
same thing happened to me.
oh no, oh no, the first thing the doctor told me was like, "Why do you have so long nails? It looks ugly. The man don't like so long nails." And I was like,
That's another
I'm
thing
here
people
with a
say. Oh, men
swollen
don't like
finger.
that. Like, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's absolutely not okay to tell me that in this situation. It's okay if you don't
Yeah.
like it, but I had a finger, I couldn't move it anymore. It was so swollen and so painful, and she was like the fashion police and told me like that's ugly, and I was like, I just want to have help, but no, not help.
Yeah, like I didn't ask for your advice. I just want medical help.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I didn't ask for your beauty tips.
It was
It's so
super
funny though, because
annoying.
people will always like knock, people that like look like us at like, extreme. I guess like it's considered extreme, but to me and you, we don't consider extreme. But like people will always knock it and like, talk about it. But it's funny because like we obviously have people that are following us and looking at our stuff. So I guess like not everyone hates it as much as people say they do,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm. Yeah, it's super annoying. I mean, yeah, but we can change it. We can change it. It's like that. But let's come back to the questions. I really like to talk to
Yeah.
you. So, what was your first contact with bimbofication or plastic surgery? Like, how do you find your way with that?
Well, basically, like growing up, I always like I grew up watching the Kardashians, and I always thought it was cool how you saw them transform like over time. Everyone loves to watch you. I noticed in the vivification community, they love to watch a transformation.
Mhm.
And to me, it's like about improving yourself. You know, it's not like because everyone's like, oh, you don't need it, you look good before. And it's like, yeah, you look good before, but it's like, you know, if I want to have big lips, like why not? If we live in a day and age where we can make that happen, like why not change it if you want to? So yeah, like growing up, it's so funny. I just use the Kardashians as an example because when I was like a young girl, I thought that was so cool how they like, you know, got boob jobs, they got their lips done, they got a butt, and then you know they look good and they look good all the time, even when they look like crap, you know, and they're in their sweatpants and they have no makeup on, they still look good. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, that'd be cool, like if I could ever afford it when I grew up, like to you know get all done up like that. And now in my 20s I went to college and then I started working right away, and I was working like a corporate job and I was like, oh, you know what, like I'll never be able to afford plastic surgery working these jobs. So then I started doing OnlyFans, and then when I started looking into all these girls that do OnlyFans and all these girls that are popular in the OnlyFans community and you know in the adult entertainment community and in the modeling community, and I saw how these girls like you know basically just got all done up and look super beautiful. I was like, I want to be like that. So I started doing OnlyFans to fund it. And that's kind of where it all began. And now it's kind of turned into like, I do it as my day job now, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, that's also for me it was like I was in an apprenticeship as a stylist and hairdresser, and I earned like
Oh, cool.
400 euros a month, so it's nothing. And then
Wow.
with
Yeah.
COVID, we had to in Germany all the stores had to close, and we just got from the state, and we got like 60% of our normal money. So it was like 240
Oh my gosh,
euros,
so even
and that's
less.
nothing. I mean, that's not even a week
Yeah.
filler. And I
Yeah.
had so much time because I hadn't go to work for like 6 weeks. And I mean, I've been active on Instagram and YouTube and everything before, but then I thought like, oh, I have enough time to make more content now, and that was like a big chance for me because I could try like how it is, how my life would be, and everything, and how everything would run. And it was for me like the best decision in my life because I'm so much more happier with everything. It's like the coolest thing because you can plan everything on your own, but the only problem I have like because
Mhm.
you can time everything on yourself. It's super rough sometimes when you're like lazy.
Yeah.
You have to go like I have to do it now and not in 2 hours or anything because I'm a very lazy person, unfortunately. But
Yeah, I procrastinate myself, so I get it.
but I mean, I love it. I just love it. And of course, I love plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, who does it? That's why I always saw it, and like I agree with you because something similar happened to me with COVID, where I worked an office manager job during the daytime, and then at night I worked at the dispensary. I had two jobs because I was trying to save up money, and then COVID took away my office manager job, and then I was doing the dispensary full time, but the dispensary was minimum wage, so I wasn't making that much money either. But then now it's cool because this gives us the ability to kind of like be like we get to control how much income we make instead of like depending on other people, you know, which is really cool.
hmm Oh, that's cool. It's really cool. Let's go to the questions again. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good.
How does your family react to your change, to your surgeries, to your work now? What was their reaction?
Oh, they're like not happy. And I haven't, so the way I've been doing it is I haven't been telling them. I've just been like kind of showing up and obviously they can see I look different. Um, but like when I got my first boob job, they like my mom wasn't happy and it was really funny because it wasn't even that dramatic. It was like I got like 400 cc's or something like that. And I really couldn't tell the difference on myself, and my mom can tell. Um, what happened was I went to surgery and I woke up the next day and my mom was in like an hour away from me, and I wasn't replying to her text messages, and she just showed up at my house, and basically she was like, I have you know something's wrong with you, like what's wrong? And I came out and obviously I had my like surgical bra and everything, and I had like surgical tape on me still, and she was like she just freaked out in my front yard in front of like all my neighbors. It was really embarrassing. um,
Oh my god,
about
I'm
my me
sorry.
getting my boobs done, and that wasn't even that was my boobs looked like normal still. And now obviously in February I got these. She reacted a little bit better to these. Thankfully, like she it wasn't as dramatic. I just told her about like a month ago that I'm going to get a BBL, And I haven't told her about the new boobs yet because they're going to be like really, really large. So I'm kind of nervous to see her reaction. But I'm gonna guess that my family's not gonna be too happy with it because so far they haven't been happy. They're super religious. They're really conservative. Like growing up, I wasn't allowed to wear shorts, and I live in San Diego where it's like 90 degrees all the time. So I wasn't allowed to wear shorts. I wasn't allowed to wear a tank top, like nothing like that. I had to go to church all the time. I went to a church school most of my life. So this is way different than like how I grew up, and they're not very happy. I mean, we're still in each other's life and we still talk and stuff, but they're pretty like not they're not happy already, and they're probably going to be even less happy as I go forward more.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's super funny, like because you mentioned with the tops. I mean, my parents haven't been super religious, but today I worked on a YouTube video and I talked about the same theme. When I was like 11 or 12 years
Yeah.
old, I also wanted to wear tank tops. I mean, of course, because I started to get boobs and I was proud of started to get boobs, but also just because it was hot. It
Yeah.
was August, and my parents have seen that, and they have been not like you are not allowed to. They have been like, oh, here's a scarf. Please wear the scarf
Oh,
over
that's
the tank
funny.
top. And at first they gave me like big warm scarves, and I said like I can wear the scarves. They are super super hot. It's like August, and in the
Yeah.
end they gave me like super thin summer scarves
Summer
because in the
scars.
summertime, and it was like paper thin, but you couldn't see anything through them because yes, they're made for that, and that's so stupid, you know.
I agree.
I can't understand such things. But do you have now a good relationship to your family, or is it still?
It's always been strange because, like, honestly, I just think I was just born into the wrong family. Like, I always make a joke about that because we're just so different. Like, I'm how I am. I'm pretty like, I don't know like what the proper word would be. Like, I'm pretty open and I'm pretty like, they're just really strict and rigid and religious, and I'm kind of more like, they're pretty conservative, and I'm kind of more like a free spirit, and they don't really like it. So it's always a battle trying to get I think eventually they'll come to accept me like for who I am, but it's probably going to be like a long road ahead, especially since I'm going to keep showing up looking more progressively each year. So I think eventually they'll come to terms with it, but right now it's just kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah. I've also not the best experience with families and plastic
Yeah.
surgery and everything. I mean, sometimes I mean, I can understand that it's maybe like not as easy for the family when you have a drastic change, but I think everyone should be happy. And I mean, my
I
parents
agree.
are like, they would think it's cool when I would have everywhere tattoos, but it's not cool if I have boobs or lips or anything. So there's the difference, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
it's super stupid. And I mean, I don't have kids, but when I would have kids one day, I
Mhm.
would be like, they should do what they makes them happy, and not what
Yeah.
me makes happy. I don't
Well,
understand
that's
that.
good parenting. I feel like good parenting is recognizing that your child at some point will grow up to be their own person, and they're going to have free will and make their own choices. And it has nothing to do with a parent. Because, like, my parents are like, where did we go wrong? They think they, like, did something wrong. And it's like, no, I have free will and I make my own choices. And this is just who I grew up to be, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. For me, it's also a little bit like I don't know when I think about situations with my mom, she always have been like she told me she would like to have a boob job, or not a boob job, but she would like to get like her boobs. How's it called when they
A
take
lift?
some skin? Yeah, a boob lift. Yeah, that's exactly it. Sorry, and she would like to have that, but her boyfriend is like, no, it's ugly when you do such things. I want to have you natural, and that's super stupid because she told me earlier that she would love to have one. She's so unhappy with her boobs and everything.
Hmm.
And when I was a child, she never has been in the swimming pool or anything with me and my siblings because she told me when I was like 17 or 18 years old, she told me like it was because she felt so bad because her body and everything. And when you're
Oh,
feeling so bad about you, why not change something? Because and the reason why she don't change anything is because of her boyfriend.
Oh,
that's
that's
too
too
bad.
bad.
I can understand such things. And maybe it's sometimes that my mother would also like such things, but she's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of difficult, but it's another theme. It's another long theme.
Yeah, that's the other thing I notice with people too is I get a lot of girls saying the same thing, like, "Oh, I'd like to do this, but my parents would freak out or my boyfriend would freak out." And it sucks that people feel the need like people should be able to do what they want with their own body without judgment from others.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should be happy with your body and not like the neighbor or I don't know your grandmother or anything. It's stupid. But
Yeah.
I will just search for the next question because with all the talking we have done so many questions already, but it's perfect like that. I'm sorry. I think um I'm always a little bit yeah confused or tipsy, but I hope it's okay. I hope it's okay to
Oh, totally.
everyone in the chat. What are the people writing? Oh, thank you for the compliment to the headphones.
Yeah, the headphones are cute.
Oh, thank you. I bought some, um, I think 1 year ago, but I never have used them just for the streams here. Because
Mhm.
normally I don't use headphones, but I think they are so cute that they fit with
They're
everything in
adorable.
pink. But yeah, the next question we would have is like, what do you love about being a bimbo?
I think my favorite thing is just it's given me because before like not that like I needed it to have confidence, but I feel like it's very empowering. Like just everything that's come with it, besides just like the looks aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
like just I would say like I don't know how to explain it. Like I think coupled with the OnlyFans thing, like earning my own income based off my looks, and then like being able to leave my job, I just felt like oppressed in a lot of areas of my life. I've had oppressed job, my family, and I feel like this is the first time where myself, and this is like it's been a really fun journey so far, and I've really been happy with like how it's made me feel.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. And what is for you important to be a bimbo? What do you say a bimbo has to be or have to have or yeah, what's your bimbo must have?
I think like the biggest part of being like is the same thing, just like confidence.
Mhm.
Like I know on Reddit, I've noticed especially because I try to advertise on there a lot. People will be like, "Oh, well, you're not a bimbo because you don't have this or that," and it's like something that's like physical. And it's like I don't think it's really a physical thing. It's just like it's basically female empowerment. You're a hyper
Mhm.
feminine individual
Mhm.
who feels empowerment through looking and feeling their best. And I feel like people always just associate it with just surgery, but I don't think it's just that. I feel like it's like a confidence thing too.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. For me, it was such a
Yeah.
confident boost with like changing myself. I always have been like the gray little mouse, and I never was confident. I always tried to act like I'm confident, but I never have been. Like
Yeah.
it was difficult. And now it's the first time where I'm really happy with myself, with my look, with my life, with everything. And that's a
Yeah.
feeling. That's such a great feeling. And
It
that's the
is.
best feeling you can have. And also, one thing I think that's super stupid when people say like, you just do your look like for men or anything like that. It can
Oh,
be
not at all.
it can be so rough. I don't know how it is in San Diego, but here
Mhm.
in Germany or Austria, it's super rough because the people can be really, really unfriendly to you in the street. Like yesterday, I walked to the store to buy
Mhm.
my groceries, and a woman, she was like 50 or anything, she looked at me and said like, "Oh my God, that's so ugly." And that's
What?
something, yeah, that's something I hear
Wow.
so often that people look at me or when I walked away, say, turn their head and tell a friend anything like, "How can you look like that?" or anything. "How can you destroy your natural beauty like that?" And it's so so so
Wow.
annoying. And that's the thing. You have to really have a rough skin for
A
like
thick
being a
skin, yeah,
bimbo
for sure.
also, because
Yeah, well, in California, everyone gets plastic surgery,
mhm,
thankfully. So like it's really common here. But my friend Des, who I shot with over the summer, Des Frazier,
mhm,
she was saying because she lived in Seattle and then she moved to Texas, and so America, everything's so different state to state. Like in California, people are kind of less conservative and they're kind of like people in California, people kind of mind their own business. But she moved to Texas and she said, she was having a hard time with the same thing, like people taking pictures of her, making fun of her, or like turning to their friend and being like, "Oh wow, that's so ugly." And I was like, I'm like so shocked every time I hear that. I just wonder why people like can't mind their own business
Yeah,
sometimes
absolutely.
and feel the need to say horrible things to you.
Oh my god, I just remember one situation when I have still been in my apprenticeship. I mean, and it was like I've been 3 days, I've been at work, and 2 days I've been at school every week. And in
Mm-hmm.
school, I had like a very old teacher. And I don't want to body shame or anything, I just want to describe the teacher. She was like really small,
Yeah.
but really, really round and had like the typical 50-year-old woman haircut in short. You know what I mean? Like short like
Yeah,
that,
totally.
but she had like a little bit gel in her hair, so it's a little bit spiky, and have been like
Mm-hmm.
ultra big glasses and always dark red lipstick. And then
Mm-hmm.
I had my last fill up, and I've been in class, and I didn't thought about anything bad. And then she started to talking about how stupid. I mean, I haven't told anything in my school about what I'm doing extra to my normal job. And
Yeah.
then she started to talk about how stupid girls are who get plastic surgery. And after that, she started to talk about that the girls do it just for the men, and that people who work as sex workers online or in real life are the stupidest people on earth, she said. And I was sitting there like, what's your problem? Without
Wow.
any context. She
Yeah.
just started, she talked about hair cutting, and 1 minute after about that scene, like, without anything. That's like a problem
Well,
I
she
really see really, really often.
she obviously.
that's that's it's I was so angry in the moment, and the problem is I'm not a person who's good in like fighting back with words. I'm super bad in it, and
Totally.
I mean, 10 minutes after that, I have so many good things to say, but in the moment, I was
You're like,
just
oh, I
like,
could have said this.
that's it's super stupid. But I love being a bimbo, and yeah, that's the most important thing, that you love yourself and how you look and everything.
I agree. Well, and could you imagine if we like the roles were reversed, if we were walking around being like, "Oh, wow, your stupid haircut, your stupid
Mhm.
glasses, and you're lose weight." Like, and I would never say anything about anyone else's appearance, but I think it's funny because people think they can come up to us say,
Mhm.
your boobs look stupid, this looks stupid, your hair looks stupid. But like what if I was like, hey, your boobs are really small, you should fix that and get a pair of fake tits. Like what are you doing? Like, like I just don't understand why people like feel so comfortable saying that stuff. Like I would never comment on someone else's appearance.
Yeah,
And
that's the thing. Mhm.
your story reminds me of a story when I was working at the dispensary still. This girl that I worked with who I thought was like a friend of mine, we were talking and I was saying that I wanted to get a BBL and she was like, well, like, what are you going for, like, results wise? And I was like, honestly, like, Nicki Minaj is the goal. Like, I just want it really big. And she basically she was talking to me and engaging me, and I felt like she was like genuinely interested in what I had to say about it. Well, another coworker of mine told me later on, she went on Twitter and was like, oh my god, my coworker who already has insanely huge boobs that look ridiculous wants a ridiculous big Nicki Minaj ass too. How stupid. Like what an idiot. Like, and just like talking about me on Twitter. And I was like, you know what, like, what's it to you what I do with my body?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's super, super, super stupid. I think if you have plastic surgery, everyone feels free to comment your body. It's like, oh, she had plastic
Yeah.
surgery, so it's okay when I comment her body and say that's wrong and that's right, and that's just because I have plastic surgery. It's still not okay to comment my
Yeah.
body and say that looks bad and anything, because you don't say it to a person who had not have plastic surgery. Oh, and another thing I remember, because you're talking about your coworker. I hope it's okay when I talk that much. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you should talk that much. I'm talking all that.
Oh no, totally. I know. I like getting to know you. You're hella cool.
When I worked in my old saloon, I had a coworker. She was also like 50 years old, anything like that, 50,
Mm.
55, something like that. I mean, my lips have been not as big as now, they have been quite smaller. And then she looked at me and said, like, Jessie, your lips are too big. If you want to work here, you can't have the lips so big. It's not
What?
okay for the customers. They don't want to see things like that. And
Oh
I
my
was like,
gosh.
that was so stupid, because I mean, when
Stupid.
I go to a hairdresser, for me it's not important if a person has big lips or I don't know, hairy eyebrows or I don't know. That's absolutely not
Yeah, you're just
important.
worried about if they're gonna do your hair good.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't understood.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just saying like the thing you're concerned about is if they can perform their job well, not like how they look.
Yeah, that's super annoying. And I was just sitting there and was like, what does she want from me? Because yeah, I never understand such things. But let's come back to the questions. And for everyone, we got the questions if we will work together one day. We will be live after the stream on our pages. I mean, I'm not sure if I can say the name, but you all know where we will be live.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. We will have a lot of fun. It will be really cool. And
Yeah.
oh, that's a good question. Do you have any advice for young girls, for bimbos at the beginning, or for people who would like to have plastic surgery, but their boyfriend or parents or anyone is against it?
The older I get, because I'm now like approaching my 30s, the older I get, the more I realize like people are honestly gonna just talk about you and have problems with what you do regardless. Like even before I started doing this, people would talk about me or had problems with anything I was doing. People are just really judgmental. Not all people, but like insecure people are really judgmental. Just do things for you always, because like, life is short and everyone thinks we're gonna live to be old, but not all of us are. I just say always just do things for you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very pro do whatever you want and whatever makes you happy. It really sucks, especially in a relationship, if someone's unsupportive, like someone's close to you, like your boyfriend. Like that's a big one I hear all the time. My boyfriend would never let me. I like easier said than done, but my advice is just like, dump him and do what you want. Like, because the right person will not care. There's tons of supportive boyfriend and girlfriends out there that will just love you for who you are, despite what you choose to do with your appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the parent thing too, because that's another really common one. Oh, my parents would kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're an adult, that's your time to be who you are and express yourself how you see fit.
Mm-hmm.
So like other people's opinions shouldn't really get in the way, but it is easier said than done because it's like obviously a big conflict when you
Mm-hmm.
start doing what we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's sometimes a big problem because I mean, it was another thing. It was in Germany. It was like for sex workers. I mean, I don't know how it is in the United States, but in Germany, if you work as a sex worker in real life, you have to pay like also taxes like you're working as someone in the bank, for example. And
Hmm.
during COVID, they had the studios had to close from March
Hmm.
up to 1 year. They had to close for 1 year, and they couldn't get
Wow.
any
Wow.
help. So normally you get like 60% or something like that, but you did not get anything for just 1 year, and that's something like sex workers have so not not the support other groups have. Like everyone is looking down to you, and everyone is like shit talking to you. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's super hard because it's a hard job, and also everyone is like looking down to you and talking bad about you, and that's a
Yeah.
shame.
There's a
I mean, it's
stigma.
easier with like, I mean, I never have been like real life sex work or anything like that. I just do my online stuff and so on. But yeah, the people are like, I don't know. I get so often the comments from like friends, for example, like, oh, your job is not a real job, for example. But that's also so stupid
Yeah.
because it takes so much time, way more time than you think. I mean, you're doing the same thing, so yeah, it
Yeah.
takes so much time. And then people say like, yeah, but it's it's a job for your mind and not for your body. I think it's like a mix out of both because you have to have like you have to do exhausting things, but you also have to plan everything and so on. And that's a thing I personally that's really sad because you get not that much support from many other people who are outside of this community. And yeah, but I
I
don't know.
agree.
Hmm?
I was saying I agreed. Like here it's the same way where people like the biggest thing is like OnlyFans or everyone like knocks OnlyFans people because there's like, oh, it's not a real job, it's not a real job. But like you're saying, there's planning that goes into it, and I started doing it because I thought it would be easy too. That's what everyone thinks. Oh, it's so easy. Take a picture, you make $1 million or whatever. And it's really not that easy. Like especially now everyone's doing OnlyFans. Like that's just like you're just one person in a sea of like hundreds of thousands of people that are doing the same thing, and you have to make yourself, you have to make people, you have to create a demand for yourself. You're your own marketing, you're your own promotion, you're your own advertising. You have to fund things like it's like any other business, except you just, the only difference is you're the product. But it's funny because with other businesses, people would never go up to them, to a business owner, and be like, oh, you don't have a real job, like that's so easy, I could do it. But they don't realize that OnlyFans is essentially the same thing as running your own business. And people, I feel like when people say it's so easy, I'm always like, okay, well, you do it, and you get in top 5 or 3% OnlyFans, and tell me how easy it is, and get people to spend money on you, and then they would quickly learn it's not very easy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right with that. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, of course, I also didn't thought it would be that consuming, but it's really like that. You're not just doing the OnlyFans. You're doing like the Instagram, Twitter, the Reddit, the YouTube, the every platform. You have to
Yeah,
show people that you're here and that you have the page and that you're like not like all the other thousand people on this page. And that can
yeah.
be sometimes really really hard because you have to think about so many points about so many different sides and everything. And yeah, but I mean, if it's so easy, all the people should make it who say like it's easy.
Exactly, show me how easy it is. I'm watching you, I'm going to see how easy it is. Show me how it's done.
So, are there any last words? Anything you would like to add before we go offline and then we will go online on our other pages? Woo!
Woo. I would just say, thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be here and be able to like, this is like one of the first YouTube podcasts I've done. So I was just really happy to get to know you better and to get to talk to everyone and have everyone get to know me better.
Oh, I had also a lot of fun. It was super, super cool to talk to you. I had a lot of fun. I just checked
Mhm.
if we have any questions from the chat before we end because I we talked so much and didn't have all the time to look at the chat the whole time. But I've seen that the people have write something. I will just check it so we can answer it. Um, okay, a few messages about the sound. um, okay, so they're not. Oh, um, no, there have not been so many questions. There have people had a conversation in the chat, so I thought they write with us, but they wrote with themselves in the chat. But yeah, I had a lot of fun talking to you. It was super cool, and now I can't wait to go online in like 15 minutes
Okay, yeah.
on our pages. Woo!
Yay.
If you want to see more of her, you can see Instagram. That's like the Instagram logo over her head,
Hmm.
and there you can find all links of her. So see you in 15